Now a chance to see what's coming up for Chicago. On Wednesday, the Atlanta Hawks come to town, kicking off a homestand for them. Then on Tuesday, they'll go up against Tyrese Halliburton and the Indiana Pacers.
And looking at the Boston matchup, that's one to watch for. The fourth contest of this brand new NBA season. I'm really interested in how those teams match up this early in the season.
So let's take a look at the Chicago Bulls starting lineup. Buzelis out there with Smith. Then it's Henderson, and it's King in at the shooting guard position. And for the Knicks, we've got OG Anunoby, and it's Campbell in at the 1 spot. And since the turn of the century, die-hard Knicks fans had dealt with some lean years, Grant, until recently.
No doubt, BA, and they're happy to see meaningful games. The arrival of Jalen Brunson just changed things, and they've gone all in to surround him with talent.
Inside. Here's Matthews. Back to Smith. Pass to Matthews. Just 5 on the clock. And yep, it's good. Matthews got his second basket on the night.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Campbell, the pass to Towns. Down low. Tipped. New York working the ball around now. Here's Diawara. The 3 is up. It's hauled in by Henderson.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Here's Matthews. Hits a 3-pointer. Matthews got his 3rd bucket of the night.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Jones, the pass to Diawara. Here's Towns. Pass to Campbell. They need this. Chicago with a rebound. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Knicks team.
Now, this team swept them in the season series, but that was before they somehow stepped up and flipped that trend in the playoffs.
Here's Matthews. What a play! He drains it at the buzzer!
And just nails the 3. Way to close the quarter.
Talk about lifting up a team and energizing them at the end of a quarter. A 3 at the buzzer, that'll do it.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls ending the quarter up 10. They're communicating well and stringing together stops. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And from what we've seen from Chicago, what's your take so far?
Great offensive energy in that period. They're clearly on a mission.
Yeah, I agree. That was a flawless offensive performance so far. I mean, the shots have been falling. They're making good decisions. That's a nice recipe there.
It's game 1 for both teams, Clark. Preseason is over, and this new season is underway.
Yeah, and you can kind of feel that both teams, BA, are a little bit anxious and nervous, but an exciting kind of nervousness. So let the season begin. I'm glad we're starting.
On the court right now, second quarter for the Bulls. Smith out there with Buzelis. Then it's Henderson, and it's King in at the 2 spot. Pass to Brunson. Oh, and a fast break for Chicago. The finish! And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
And sends it home with some passion.
I think he's rubbing it in a little bit here. Hanging up there like that.
Yes, they're not backing off at all, Larkin.
That's a tough walk back to the showers. I'm pretty sure he'd like to have a couple of those plays back.
Never good to lose a player to fouls, but fortunately, he's not the only talent they have. They've got other guys that can fill his spot.
Herter's checked in for Chicago. Knicks trail by 14. And about a minute gone in the second quarter. Jones with the ball. Now Herter defending. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And the ball out of play, the Knicks will have it. And checking the 2K leaderboard. These teams led the league in three-point percentage last year. Number 5, the Bulls.
That kind of efficiency from range is generally an indicator of a dominant offense.
Chicago making a switch here. Giddey's checked in. And so Ime Udoka decides to call timeout. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over.
Here come your Knicks City answers, everyone. Get loud for them.
Top 15 in the NBA in second chance scoring. It wasn't a weak point for them, but it also wasn't one of their strengths either.
And with that number 1 rank in fast break points, this was a team that played with urgency. They used their speed every chance they got. They loved to push it. Clock at 6. Bridges outside. Launches it. Rebound by the Bulls.
And that's exactly how tightly you have to guard him every time he steps to the arc. He's just that good. Balanced play has given them the lead and also quieted this crowd.
Yeah, you said the key word there, balanced. I mean, their big lead owes as much to their defense as their offense.
Here's Matthews. Gets it off. Oh, at the buzzer! Wow!
I didn't think he was going to get it off in time. Oh, wow.
I agree. I mean, and to have the composure to lock in and get off a shot he feels confident about, that's good work.
And so it's Chicago. They have a confident 20-point lead right now. Their defensive efforts have paid off, effectively shutting down the opposing offense. Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Well, Carl, they're scoring pretty easily. What has to change in the second half?
Our whole defensive system right now, because it's just not working. It's not the coaches, it's us as players. We're letting them get too much fast break. They're doing a great job, and they're hitting some shots, so we got to be able to make them miss.
Best of luck locking it in, guys.
Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be right back to begin the third quarter right after this.
Welcome, everybody, to halftime. NBA action abounds. Let's see what games are tipping off later. The Brooklyn Nets will go up against the Celtics in Boston. 7:30 Eastern for the tip-off in that one.
This is going to be either a lopsided game or a terrific upset.
And turning back to our first half, things going well. Extremely well for the Bulls.
Yeah, these guys.
That does it for halftime. Let's get back to game action. Here's Brian Anderson with the start of the third quarter.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. The role of the big man has evolved over the years. What's been the most noticeable change to you, Clark?
BA, and it's not just the big man. I just think the overall athleticism of all of the players, certainly the big guys, stand out because they're now taking the ball rack to rack. They can go in traffic with the dribble. They're more mobile on defense because defenses switch a lot now. I mean, it's not all about being in the paint just because you're a big guy. They play all over the place.
They've got Karl Anthony Towns, and it's Campbell in at the point guard position. And that's the group for Ime Udoka as we begin the second half. Pass to Buzelis from deep three-point range. Jones grabs the board. And so it's Jones who brings up the ball for the Knicks. They trail by 18. A 6'8" point guard, Josh Giddey's length gives him a massive advantage, Greg.
Oh, it does, B.A. He's too big for opposing ones to guard. It's tough putting a ring on him, and Giddey just makes you change your defensive game plan. I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
Anunoby passes to Towns. And it's all from three-point range. Chicago leading by 20. Here's Matthews. Give him 20. Only missed the J after tricking the D with a nifty pass fake. Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Pass to Buzelis. It's stolen. Jones in the post. Here's Campbell. 1 second left. And that's not gonna go. Misses at the buzzer. And so it's the Chicago Bulls ending the quarter with a 20-point edge. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
You talk about painting a magnificent picture with that, Don. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. On the court for Chicago, Henderson out there with Smith. Then it's Buzelis. Then it's Josh Giddey. And it's Matthews in at the point guard position.
Woo! That man is laser focused. Now, that's bad defense for a team that has a long way to go to catch up.
They look pretty demoralized to me, and that always shows through at the defensive end first.
Clock at 4. Here's Anunoby. And that's out of bounds. Last touch by Giddey.
It's safe to say they have dominated this game. The game wasn't...
So no problem for Chicago as they get the win. Boy, a nice win on the road. By the time this one was winding down, this building was stone cold silent.
And that's exactly what you got to do. You have to try to